How's it going, everybody? Buddy in here, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys some really cool ideas. Actually, not really cool. Just some really fundamental ideas on how to really get good games in heavy tanks, especially in ratings where right now it seems like everyone's thinking of medium, and it's just so hard to perform really well in these heavy tanks. What ends up happening is that like a med will come in and do 3,000 damage per minute, while you seems like you're doing one shot every 10,000 years, and that really sucks. So you need to be come up in creative ways to get XP and really like pad those XP numbers up. So right now in this game, I'm running Traverse type. Traverse type has like 6 degrees of depression, and Super Conqueror has 10, STB1 has 11, and Yo has 10. So basically what happens is that you get hatch sniped and you feel really incompetent, really worthless. So to avoid this, we're going to be playing on flat ground. Flat ground is a Type 71's pretty good friend, because you basically get shot a little less than you were trying to fight hold down tanks with 6 degrees of depression. I see that this S-Conk, he's kind of driving out in the open. I think he was trying to go help out his meds. And if he's trying to help out his meds, I'm gonna help out my meds by shooting him. And I do see that this E100 here, he kinda has shots on me. He kinda doesn't. It depends on where I play and I position. He goes for this really, I wanna say, ambitious side shot, someone in the hole. I think he should shoot HE there, in my honest opinion. I told my teammate that the E100 shot because I know that if I don't tell him something, he might not understand that it's his time to run, because where he's playing, I really wouldn't play there, simply put. I think he's in a lot of trouble right now, and I see that this Yo is trying to peek me. I honestly don't know if he has 1 shell left or 2, but because he outtrades me, it looks like he's running the 450 alpha gun. I really don't want to find out for myself. But I kind of see the mini map. The med fight, it's not looking so hot. So I'm just going to try and maybe see if I can help out the 113. Honestly, I'm not too confident in myself. The Sheridan getting the kill is really good. I'm gonna put a quick shell into the U100. Really, like, this game, I'm just playing so safe right now. It just doesn't look like it's a really good opportunity for me. Like, Dead Rail is such a bad map for farming. I really don't like this map. It's like, unless you're a tank destroyer, it feels like you're really useless. And when you're in a 6 degree gun depression heavy with 400 alpha, you just feel pretty worthless. And I see that this S-Conk pushes up, which gives like my team like the opportunity that they need. I'm gonna put in a really nice 550 roll. 550 I think is close to max in this tank. I'm honestly not too sure what the alpha ranges are, but it definitely looks like that. Put another quick HE shot in. I think HE was good to play there. You want to make sure you splash for the kill, but AP with the premium, you're fine either way. Right now, I'm just gonna reset my situation. I'm gonna reset my camo, and I'm gonna think. My meds are looking to like spread out. They're going all over, and I'm thinking like, hey, you know, I want to make a play right now. I'm gonna go in, slowly see that the Yo and the Hori, they can't help with this E100. At least like not too well. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go pick him up. I'm gonna go pick him up, you know, get the kill, you know, get something going on here. I'm just gonna load the gold. I don't really want to chance it, to be honest. It's like if I eat an E100 shot, you know, it's like whatever. I'm trying to make myself super hard to angle, but he just pens me. Hori also pens me because like they have like these super high penetration guns. I'm not really expecting to bounce them, but you know, I'm running gold too, so I'm just gonna pen him. So, you know, I pick him up, and now I'm just thinking, it's like, I can step B and, like, put up the cap pressure, and that's honestly not a bad idea. So I'm just gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna cap B and see where that takes me. I have 2 thoughts in my head. I could go help out with, like, this Hori thing. He's on my right. Or I could go help out with this Yo thing on my left. and it's honestly like whatever's closest and whatever gives me like an advantage. I see them both at the same time, funnily enough. I'm gonna go trying to hide from the yo, and I see that this Hori is in a really interesting way. He's gonna drive out. I think he knows that the STB1 is really low, and hey, I mean, like, if the Hori is giving me free shots here, we take them. We're just gonna go in. This will allow us to get into cover from the yo, and hey, just help out your teammates, right? Get the farm in, like say less. Now I do a good thing here. How about this STB1? And I'm gonna go back, get my damage on the yo. Just get something going, clean up. This was my reward for making like a really solid fundamental play at this awkward spot in the middle of dead rail. That's not really where like you expect to have good games, but here, we get the kill in right as the supremacy caps go in. That's 4,700 in the yo. Honestly, I had good teammates. My teammates didn't really make mistakes that game. They held off the heavies, they held off the meds, and overall, it was they did what they had to do. I honestly respect that. We pick up the ace in the Type 71. Great game. Just a nice simple game. And I want to show another game on Dead Realm in the 60TP. I play this really differently. Because I have one player on my team who I know makes the difference. He's MJ, by the way. MJ is a really successful comp player. And on the enemy team, I also have, in my opinion, I think he's the best player on the server right now, at least in pubs. It's Yarrow. Honestly, outstanding player. These two are really good at what they do, and if I see them doing something, like, I'm always gonna keep like a mental note on it. I got my eyes out, and I'm just really happy to be clanmates with them. They're super capable. They're super good, and yeah. So right now, I'm thinking some simple things. Where MJ goes, I go. I know, right? What a wonderful plan. But like, seriously though, he's using speed boost to get to a position, and I know that if he goes for a peek, it's probably a decent idea. So I'm just gonna trade with him. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not in MJ's way. If MJ's got this angle, I'm gonna trust him with it. So I'm gonna do something else. And what am I going to do? I'm gonna just make a play on A, see what happens. Neither MJ and I spot the anything in the corner, but one of the tank destroyers was on C, which is super huge. It's the box, and I feel comfortable in knowing that the 183 is probably the middle of spawn. So I'm just gonna make a play. We're just gonna get A, and I see that the A100 shot, my shot goes into the mantlet. Very unfortunate, very unlucky. It seems like MJ probably did like a 1-for-1 trade type thing, and I'm just gonna sit this angle, and I don't really want to progress things further because it's like if I push any forward, they all turn for me. What ends up happening is like the tanks in the middle, they'll just come in. They're gonna look for me if I'm isolated, but I'm gonna punish this mistake here, and generally like even out, get my revenge in. But it's not looking so good on the med side. It kinda looks like we're losing this, to be honest. They have Yarrow totally unchecked, and I'm guessing he is absolutely destroying my meds right now. I'm gonna stay here because the 183 is probably in this little middle angle, and I'm not a fan of that. He's probably in spawn. This is safe. MJ, unfortunately, is eating a lot of shots, but I was surprised. I cap A, the 183 doesn't shoot. I know he's there now, and I was wrong. I was wrong with my positioning. I should have had heeded to my original thought of like the 183 wasn't spotted by either me or MJ because we didn't peek hard enough. But now I'm pretty confident in making this peek here. get the shot in, and I take one shot. I think it's Yarrow. I take two, and I know it's the Progetto. This is where I definitely should have been looking to my right, but I tell MJ that I know the Prodigy's in the spawn, so that way he knows to not like to get cooked basically. MJ's going to make an absolutely fantastic play here, and he's going to proxy the 183, so he's always in cover to, like, this is actually a really safe angle he's playing, because he's right under their gun line, and that's going to be really good, and he's going to be harassing this 183, but I know if he's harassing the 183, that my peek becomes more risky, because I have, like, no gun depression, and, yeah, 183 shoots, he's panicked, he knows MJ is shooting him, and the moment he shoots, I peek. So this game is basically over at this point, but we need to do some little detective clues. We know that the Progetto is probably in the spawn still. Yarrow could be anywhere, and their box is probably sitting on top of C somewhere, because that's where he was. I don't think the box would push our spawn. It could. The box is fast enough for that, but I just don't really see it happening. So... Oh, and I always make sure to stay looking at these one-shot kills. I don't really trust my teammates to like pick them up just in case. So, yeah, Yarrow, I think he tried to like salvage the game by stepping B. Me and MJ were totally ready for it. We get the nuke in, and now we're just left wondering where this box is. And he's in the C area. We have double caps. That's all I'm gonna get. And I just want to say, MJ and Yarrow, you guys did really well this game. And yeah, GG's. So it was really fun playing with you. You know, having this little team play with MJ and ratings, it's honestly really fun. Like, you don't really get to do that too often. Even in high level ratings, everyone plays super selfishly and for themselves. And it honestly makes the games pretty boring to me. Picking up the ace here, doing top on the damage. And what can we say? It's the Origin players, cooking up, first and second, and Yarrow obviously doing super well with his team. Even getting some assistance in. I know MJ, he got some assistance in. He also picked up some kills there. Really great game, really great player. And moving on to my last game I want to show. It's going to be in the 5A here. Just wanted to play this tank for fun. It's a really interesting tank. I like that the tank is just a simple tank to play. It's just so like when Wargaming slowly busts this tanks, I feel like the fundamentals of this thing is right. This thing's like 9.7 second reload. It honestly hits kind of fast and hard. The mobility's good. The armor's it's a little suspect. The hit points are a little low, and there's a lot of weaknesses to this tank, but honestly, when the stars align like we have in this game, there's literally like 6 heavies on the enemy team. When I see like 6 heavies on the enemy team, I'm sorry, 5 heavies on the enemy team, and like a Yag, and like the stars are aligned. Like I just know like a big game is coming. A lot of hit points means just big games. I'm gonna sit above here. I was hoping that like one of the heavies would cross over, and like I could put a quick shell in. I put in like a little heat shell because I was trying to hit the bar of the 60 DP. Honestly, a little risky, but I was kind of spooked at this 5A angle here. He's like a little crazy. It's like that's definitely not a safe spot for a 5A in this matchmaking. So I'm just gonna relax. I see the Minotaur crossing there. I was like, what is going on here? But we obviously put a shell in. Always be ready for like to punish these mistakes. That's really what's gonna help you differentiate yourself from like an average player. 5A's going for a side-on peak. I'm more than happy to punish him for that. And now we're sitting on like 900 damage, and he's going for this again. I want to say like I get the bounce like on like a little bit of my spaced armor, because I honestly thought he was gonna pen me. I was pretty okay with it. And this 5A is looking across. I don't really know what's going on with him, but it's like he wants to give me damage. It's like, who am I to say no? The 5A is dead now, and I'm on 2k damage, and everything's looking pretty good. There's so much hit points left, so much time on the clock. It's like Wargaming has finally gifted a game that I'm so happy to play in. So what am I just gonna do? I'm gonna make sure that I don't make any mistakes. I'm just gonna go for like a pretty difficult hatch shot so that the Yag, he doesn't have an easy shot, the Minnow doesn't have an easy shot, and like, yeah, we're just gonna keep up the pressure. I see that like I'm not really petting, like I don't trust the 5A's gun handling to hit these Minotaur Cupola shots. So splashing him for 200 is like a huge plus. Like don't like going for these HE splashes. It'll definitely increase your average damage. And I see that like these heavies on their team, including the Yag, they're kind of like not in a good spot. And I also know that like if I'm going to win this game, which I really wanted to do, I have to make a play. And the play I'm going to make is to punish this Rhino who's sitting on this high ground here. When you're sitting on high ground, it's so hard to attack tanks that are lower than you, especially a tank like the 5A, which has this low profile. You can like really punish him because he honestly doesn't have a way to respond to this. He has to push me, but wait, I have tanks that can help. He's gonna give up and he's gonna try and trade one Rhino for one Rhino. I did the Minnow. I honestly didn't want to get clipped by him. I'm gonna wait for my reload and then I'm going to just trade, go for a little nice risky Cupola shot, pen it, which is super nice. And generally speaking, this game's kind of over. Our teammates killed the 60, and I just want to start cleaning up. I get baited by this Minnow angle. Part of me thinks I should have hit, but I think I hit some spaced armor thing. I may, like, that's probably just an auto bounce. So I go back to doing what I do best. 5A shooting gold at the Cupola. So, yeah. I'm at 4,600 damage. I see that this Sturv is the last one alive. Put in this nice little heat round. It bounces. It goes to the outside. I think that was super harsh from the game. And yeah, I see the Sturvs turning away. Put a nice little AP. We get this super clutch fire here. Nice little burn for 200. And then I see him looking away. That's an HE shot. And yeah. That's going to be 5.9k in the 5A in a ratings game? You don't get to see that every day. Super happy with it. Honestly, just a wonderful game to be in. The stars have aligned. You just have to know that when you get like 5 heavies on the enemy team, no lights, no mediums, it just means I can farm. It just means I just get these big damage games, that I'm really looking for when I play Blitz. Then the Rhino on my team cooks as well. That's a first class with that tank, I was just so happy to finally master this tank. My advice when you're looking for these games in heavy tanks, look for track shots. Get the assistance damage. It's honestly something I didn't really do much of in like any of the games I played. Get like a cap in supremacy. Get like, and just wait for them to make mistakes. Like you really never know when like a Blitz team that you're facing goes kind of crazy, and when they go kind of crazy, punish them every time. Ruin their games, and make sure that you come out ahead. When you're in a heavy, you can expose yourself and like make these space creating plays that your team can definitely capitalize on for sure. You definitely can do that. But oftentimes it's better to just sit an angle, punish them, and slowly ramp up the pressure, and then just continually bleed them. Anyways, that will be all. I hope you guys had a great time enjoying the videos, enjoying the channel. I really enjoy making these videos, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, have a wonderful evening, and see ya.